Let's go find Chloe. See what she's up to. It's clear the Lord of Phantasma is not a foe to be underestimated. Unfortunately, we just don't have enough information to try and work out who they really are. If only we had more clues to go on. I'm curious as to who that ghost that appeared in Grancel Castle is, too. And sadly, we're left with no more clues towards solving that mystery than we do any other. Chloe's the Crown Princess of Laurel, right? Maybe it's just me, but it's kinda sorta maybe a bad idea to lock someone like that in one of those sealing stones, right? That Lord of Phantasma should get the death penalty when we catch him. Oh boy. Now, I'm not in much of a position to be judging people here, but the Lord of Phantasma should get the death penalty when we catch him, if you ask me. Okay. I had just finished writing in my diary before settling down to sleep when I took a glance out the window. When I did, I saw a bright light. And next, all I could see was white. Oh yeah! Grancel Castle's right next to the port, isn't it? Yes. So judging by all I've heard, it sounds as though the first light I saw was the cube activating, and then I was drawn in here with everyone else. If only I had known what was going to happen, perhaps I would have been able to do something after seeing the first light. That's, well... Let's look at the positives. We're never gonna run out of food or water or anything while we're here, right? I'll pitch in with the cooking too, so don't worry so much, okay? Aww. In that case, perhaps we could cook together later. I'm not a bad chef, if I do say so myself. Besides, I think it's easier to calm down if I could take my mind off things. Oh, sure thing. You know what? Yeah, I'd be totally up for that. They're becoming friends! This place really is beautiful though, isn't it? I'm surprised how at ease I feel here. The trees, the fountain, it's more relaxing than anything. It is very pretty. Considering we're always traveling using warps and the cube, it's hard to be sure. But it does feel like every time we arrive at a new plane, we're moving further and further down. How? What are you basing this on? It makes me wonder what's at the bottom of Phantasma. Probably Gehenna. We seem to be getting more familiar over time with the rules for this place. Not that we have any real clue what this place is, or what the Lord of Phantasma is trying to do here. Drag us all to hell. It's one of these buttons, I swear. Okay, to Chloe and Mueller? Or no, maybe Tita. We want to see if Mueller... No, wait. Oh my gosh, the options.
Do it.
All right. Do we have any new dialogue with Chloe? I see. So you think that Estelle might have... Probably. She was right next to me when I was drawn in here, so I'd say the odds of her being here too are pretty high. Sure. Is that everybody? That is everybody, right? Yeah, there's 8 of them. Okay, cool. Alright, wait. Who's our main team? Since we just got Chloe, we probably want her.
Right.
And then, do we want Mueller? But we also just got Joshua.
Let's move out.
So... Alright, we'll do this for now. Okay, this'll work, right? Just gonna get some more items. Just kidding, we don't have any mirror for items. Okay, now let's go to... Boy with eyes of amber, princess with an indomitable will. Yes, please. Breaking news. Liberal News Special Issue. The Flying City falls. Liberal is safe once more. Glory to the young bracers who saved us all from crisis. Featured story: The Liber Arc collapses. Enigmatic object gone in a flash. The mysterious structure that appeared last month over Valeria Lake disappeared as suddenly as it came, collapsing loudly in a giant mountain of rubble into the lake. Many of our readers may have witnessed the moment for themselves, but it seems that it was visible not only from Liberal, but from the southern edge of the Empire and from Calvert as well. A small minority argued that the structure may have been a new weapon belonging to the Royal Army, but this turn of events seems to conclusively rule out that possibility. The collapse of the Liber Arc also caused a 2-arch high tsunami around the edges of the lake, but so far there have been no reports of serious injuries, fatalities, or missing persons as a result of this. Unfortunate fishermen. The worst that seems to have been reported is a number of unfortunate fishermen who were unable to escape in time, getting covered in water. Aww. What was the Liber Arc? According to an investigation by the Royal Guard and Bracer Guild, it was a flying city from ancient Sumerian times. How exactly it came to be above Valeria Lake to begin with, or what caused it to collapse, remains to be confirmed, but it appears to be without a doubt that the international crime syndicate known as the Society was somehow involved. While this is yet to be officially confirmed, reports suggest that an investigation team in the city encountered a group of Crimson soldiers there supporting the above theory. This place is just one mystery after another, but we can't let those guys get away with any more than they already have, said a member of the team. Furthermore, Zeiss Central Factory and the Royal Army are planning to continue investigating the Liber Arc, and to this end will be launching a combined salvage operation. Rejoicing citizens, recovering from the shutdown. Around the time of the Liber Arc's collapse, the orbital shutdown phenomenon that tormented the whole of the country finally ceased. As a result, many now believe that the city caused the phenomenon, but no conclusive proof of this has been established, and we can only await further research into the issue. Thoughts. The orbital shutdown phenomenon and the chaos that was created as a result have been a sobering reminder of just how dependent all of us are on orbments in our daily lives. Perhaps something similar may never happen again, but this is still a good opportunity to reflect on just how much we owe to orbments, and perhaps to try and reduce our reliance on them. Politics. Crown Princess Claudia has been busy. As previously reported, Her Highness Princess Claudia is now this nation's Crown Princess. As a result, we will be referring to her as such in all publications moving forward. Crown Princess Claudia wasted no time after assuming her position and meeting with Prince Olivert of the Erebonian Empire, and together they reconfirmed our two nations' relationship with one another. After the discussions, they both boarded the Arce together. It's widely expected that this meeting will contribute to ensuring peaceful relations with Erebonia in the future. In addition, the pair plan to both be in attendance at the upcoming banquet to be held at Gransell Castle. We will bring you all the latest on that in due time. Closing thoughts. As you all know, our homeland of Liberl has fallen victim to a vast number of calamities over the past year. There was the coup d'etat, the bizarre changes at the tetracyclic towers, coming under the assault of an ancient dragon, our capital being attacked. And finally, the Liber Ark's appearance, as already discussed in this very issue. What you may not know, however, is that there is a group of young men and women who are involved in the resolution of all of these crises, their steel-like will and unyielding determination leading them to their conclusions. If not for them, these crises may not have been resolved, or taken a turn for the worse. I would like to take this opportunity to thank them for all they have done for us. Thank you. You are truly this nation's great hope. Aww. What's taking you so long, Dorothy? Get a move on, or I'm gonna leave you behind. Is Niall running from fans too? Wait for me. No time for waiting. If we take much longer, the banquet's going to start without us. We're talking about a big celebration held by the Queen here. Being late isn't an option. But I'm so hungry. I can't walk another step. I have a horrible feeling I know what's going on here. You skipped lunch so you could eat more at the banquet, didn't you? I mean, wouldn't anyone? I didn't even eat breakfast. I haven't eaten a thing since yesterday. Going 30 hours without eating is making me feel all kinds of lightheaded. What the heck were you thinking? I can't move. Carry me. Heck no. Come on, we're going. There's no way we can miss an occasion like this. There's gonna be Adios knows how many famous people there. First on the agenda is snapping a photo of Her Majesty and the Crown Princess. And then... Huh? This actually isn't so bad. Now's there for the interviews. Dorothy's there for the food. At one point, this very capital was placed in grave danger. Oh, everybody's here. But thanks to the efforts of everyone here and many others, all is well. This humble banquet is intended to be an occasion to celebrate that fact, as well as to honor all those who contributed to making it a reality. If you would, Claudia. Of course. All those invited to today's party contributed, in one way or another, to protecting the peace of Liberl by ending the peril we were faced with. Whether it was extending a helping hand to those in need, or working to fight off the threats that instilled fear in the hearts of our people. As this country's future monarch, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you all very much. Holding this party is nothing compared to all that you have done, but... we just made it! Phew, we're finally here. Food! Someone give me food! The heck are you doing? Eating can wait. You've got pictures to take. The Crown Princess's speech might be finishing soon. Aw, okay. Well, I do hope you will all enjoy your time here, all the same. I'm sure you're all busy men and women, burdened by a great many responsibilities and concerns. But today, I would ask that you all cast those aside in order to rest, relax, and enjoy yourselves. The food on offer here is some of the finest in Liberl, so by all means, partake until you can no more. And may the goddess bless this nation. Chloe really is something else, huh? I'm not sure I could dress super nice, get up in front of a crowd like this, and make a big speech the way she did. Yeah, she is. She said she wasn't feeling confident about how she'd do as crown princess before. But from where I'm standing, she's doing just fine. Seeing her is making me kinda jealous though. I wish I could pull off fancy dresses the way she does. ... You got something to say, mister? Oh, it's nothing. You're just not all that girly most of the time, so it always takes me by surprise when you suddenly are. What do you mean I'm not girly? Sure, lately we've been so busy with helping get LeBeau back in shape, so I haven't even had time to go back home. But that doesn't mean I don't want to wear a pretty dress or something once in a while, you know? I know. Still, it really is surprising just how much you've grown, even in these past few weeks. I have? Well, it's been pretty tough running up and down the country so much, but you've kept up with ease. And your judgments as a bracer are getting more spot on with every decision you make. Fancy dress or not, I think you're a pretty wonderful person, Estelle. I don't know why, but it's weird hearing you pile on the compliments so much. But what can I say? I'm glad that things seem to have finally calmed down a bit on the work front these past few days. The capital might not be entirely the way it was, but it's getting there. I think we can finally afford to take a breather. Yeah. Oh, look! Look at all that food! The chefs in the castle supposedly made the entire spread, too. There's no way I'm missing out on this. I didn't get to enjoy the food back during the birthday festivities, so now's my time to pig out big time. I'm gonna eat until I barf. Please don't. Stay right here, okay, Joshua? I'm gonna go scope out the goods. She might have grown in some areas, but she's still got a ways to go in others. Hey look! How you doing, Joshua? Estelle not here with you. She just went to get food a second ago, actually. Are you two here more for work than fun? Bingo! There aren't many occasions where this many famous faces are gathered in one place. There was no way we could pass up the chance to come and score some interviews. Don't think you're getting out of here without answering some questions either. We'll get to you two later. So no going home until you've spoken to us, alright? Alright. Great, next up is the Crown Princess. Hop to it, Dorothy. I can't go on. I need something to eat. Let me have something to eat. Not until we're done. Questions to ask, photos to take. Why are you so mean? He's even more fired up today than usual. I wonder how Estelle's doing. Naturally. So much for scoping out the food. I suppose this is as good a chance as any. I owe a lot to the people here on a personal level, too. Maybe I should go around and thank them while I have the chance. We're delighted to see you are able to attend tonight's banquet. Please do enjoy yourself. The whole garden terrace is accessible to guests of tonight's party. So please don't feel restricted and do enjoy yourself. Thank you, thank you. Oh, you needn't worry about us. The Academy suffered no major damage as a result of what happened. It was certainly a shock to students, but they're all back to their usual cheery selves now. I'd heard the academy was actually occupied by armed assailants at one point. I was ever so worried when I first heard the news. It's a pleasure to see you again, Joshua. You too, Lila. Have you been well? I have, thank you. Although, I wish I could say the same for the mayor. She collapsed from overworking herself the other day. Oh no! As such, I had no choice but to force her to take some time off work. That bad? I'm afraid so. She was finally able to rest and recover enough to my satisfaction, thankfully, so she's now returned to her duties. I assure you that she's in good hands. Left unattended, Mayor Mabel would likely work herself into her grave, so it falls to me to make sure that she rests when necessary. I'm determined to make sure she takes a good, long rest after things have settled down enough in Bose. I assure you that she's in good hands. We believe you. This is some party, isn't it? I don't think you'll find a banquet with a guest list quite like this anywhere. I used to be a businessman, so I've been to my fair share of occasions like this. But I've never been to any with this many famous people in attendance. Oh, Joshua, it's been quite some time since I last saw you. It has. I didn't know you were here, Mayor Claus. The mayors of each of liberal cities and towns were invited, I believe. I'm not sure why I was, when I didn't do all that much to contribute to anything, but I decided to attend nonetheless. That's not true at all. I hear the food supplies that were delivered to Bose and Grancel were done so on your orders. That was particularly well received here, and we all know how dire things were at the time. You've got as much right to be here being thanked for your efforts as anyone else. It was? Well, that's certainly a relief to hear. Thank you very much for letting me know, Joshua. Phew, it's a relief to know I was able to contribute in some way after all. That said, do come back to Relent to visit, Joshua. I'm sure everyone would be overjoyed to see how you're doing. Phew, it's finally all over. It just goes to show that if we endure, the goddess will eventually extend her hand of salvation to us all. That's reassuring to know. Poor Mr. Murdoch. I'm afraid we've still got a lot of work on our plate. The Orman factories under ZCF are operating at less than 28% of their full capacity. Then we still need to finish rebuilding the Capel systems, work on overhauling the Arce. My workload's not looking lighter anytime soon. Murdoch really needs that vacation. Do you need something to drink, sir? We have plenty available, alcoholic or otherwise. Greetings, Joshua. I'd like to take this chance to thank you again for all your team did to thwart Ouroboros' schemes and return peace to Liberl. The debt of gratitude we owe is beyond measure. Please, you're exaggerating, sir. We might have been the ones who entered the Liber Arc, but we wouldn't have had a chance of success if we were on our own. It was only because of you, Richard, Kurt, and the others fighting on the ground that we were able to succeed. We could certainly say the same of you, though, although it is true that none of us could have brought about peace alone. Still, I've been wanting the chance to thank you personally for all you did. The faith we had in you to see your work through to the end was just what we needed to fight. Aww. I'm not usually one for praying, but even I found myself looking to the goddess when the Liber Arc started collapsing. I'm so relieved you all came back to us unharmed. I mean, it was kind of touch and go there for a while. Is there enough food available for you? If there's anything you would like more of, please feel free to let me know. Oh, it's you. Wow, what a warm welcome from Morgan. I've heard you've been lending a hand with the restoration efforts in addition to all you did with the Liber Arc. You have my thanks. Okay. You're quite welcome, sir. I wasn't expecting him to thank me. I wonder if something happened. The Bracer Guild has helped us in a number of ways recently. You have my thanks. Alright, cool. Oh boy. This looks like a disaster waiting to happen. Olivier? Olivier? Are you gonna be okay? Are you okay there, buddy? You two look comfortable. Oh, if it isn't Joshua. Care to join us for a few drinks? Don't be shy now. The night is only just beginning. But I want to see those exquisite amber eyes of yours swim before it comes to a close. I'm good, thanks. Aw, come on, we're at a celebratory banquet here. Don't be such a spoilsport. Oh, I know. Why don't we have a few drinks to celebrate you becoming a senior bracer at the same time? It feels like it was ages ago, but we never did get to celebrate your promotion. Only Estelle's. Say, Shira? About Luciola. Silly Joshua, what are you getting all worried about her for? You really needn't be. Shira's right. Especially not now. We all have our concerns and worries after all that happened over the past few weeks and months. But this is not the time to be thinking about them. This is the time to be making merry and drowning in fine drink. From sunset to sunrise. Oh, Olivier is going to be drowning. Right. I don't think there's ever a time for not making merry as far as you're concerned. He's got a point though. Oh, and while I've got the chance to say this to you, no more going off on your own, you hear? You have no idea how worried Estelle was about you after you last disappeared. I could barely bring myself to watch her. I won't. I've got no intention of doing anything like that again. I'm fine now. Well, if you say so. That docile expression of yours is so adorable, Joshua. Don't go showing off that face too much tonight, alright? I think we're gonna need medics on standby here. Olivier, is it okay if you're here in Liberl? I would have thought you'd be needed back in the Empire. Well, I will go back, eventually. For now, however, I intend to savor the lingering feelings of this whirlwind of a ride. Remaining behind afforded me the chance to attend this wonderful party to boot. As you can see, my fine instincts have yet to fail me. Incidentally, Shira, while you'll forgive me if this is just my imagination, are you not drinking a little too quickly? You're starting to scare me a little. Feels like no amount of alcohol is enough to get me drunk lately. I don't know what's up with me. On the positive side though, maybe now I can actually beat Aina in a drinking contest. Trust her to find a positive in that. Anyway, it's about time I seriously started thinking about returning to Relent, Maybe I finally got what it takes to beat Aina in a drinking contest too. Oh boy. Cassius? Ah, Joshua. I'm surprised to see you here, Dad. I thought you said over the phone you wouldn't be able to attend because you were so swamped. Oh, swamped is an understatement. Transporting goods needed to get the country back in order, making sure every area has all the utilities it needs. I'm drowning in work. It's going to take a while longer before we can say Liberl is back to normal too, I fear. Come to think of it, Estelle and I certainly didn't expect to find soldiers, even in Liberl's smaller villages. So it threw us off to see as much while we were helping out where we could. Doesn't come as a surprise if you're the one responsible though. It should go a long way toward helping people feel at ease. It's times like these when we've got to do all we can for one another, and the army's no different. With Erebonia and Calvert's internal political situations a mystery to us, the reorganization of the army has had to be shelved for now too. Still, no matter how busy a man is, everyone needs to kick back in a while. So make sure you make the most of tonight, Joshua. I think you need to kick back more than I do, Dad. Estelle's been pretty worried about you, you know? There's no need to worry about me. I'm hanging in there. In fact, I'd say I'm taking it too easy. Don't you worry about me. In fact, I'm taking it easy while passing along the tough jobs to you guys. Isn't that nice of him? It's nice to see that he and Joshua are back to normal after everything. It's Kyle and Dawn! Hey, Joshua. I didn't expect to see you guys here. You were invited then. Sure was. An invitation just showed up out of nowhere. You can imagine our surprise when we saw the thing. No way were we turning down some high-class grub though, so we hurried on over. That's very like you. Not gonna deny it. That aside, thanks to Her Majesty pardoning us, we're now free to walk around in the open. Feels like we should start thinking about how to make a good, honest living for ourselves. That's not the first time you said that. Something about wanting to start up a courier service, right? Well, maybe, but that's not the only thing we could try out. Whatever we settle on, it should involve flying the skies. That's how we've lived so far. I don't want to change now. I mean, they're so good at it, you know? No reason not to keep doing it. You're not gonna hear me say no. All the complicated financial stuff goes right over my head, so just don't count on me there. That might even be right up Josette's alley. Still, the best thing about starting up a company is we'd be able to employ all the guys who worked under us while we were in the Sky Bandit business. Were all those guys also still like former staff from when they were still nobility? And they just went into banditry with them? Or were they just people they picked up along the way, after they fell out of nobility? I mean, I ain't saying it's gonna be easy. We don't have any funding, and we don't know if we'll even be profitable once we get things up and running. You guys will do great. Good luck to you. Right, next up, I need to give that guest their drink. But what did I need to do after that? Do we want to get involved in this fight? Smart money says no, but after all the work we've been doing lately, it's great to be able to come to a swanky place like this and put our feet up. The food's pretty good too. It's wild just how much energy these two have. Are they always like this? Yep. I swear, it's like watching two children squabble. It's great that we're peaceful again and all, but I think these two are making things a little too easy. Could you two stop fighting? This is a brave guy right here. Ha! I figured that'd be the case. Looks like I'm the most fit to be at this party after all. Because I've been to plenty of high society gatherings wearing poofy dresses. Hey, don't make it sound like I've never worn a dress before. Because I have, for your information. I just don't need to go around trying to convince everyone that I'm not a boy, unlike some I could name. Try saying I look like a boy again and see what happens. Look, you two, I appreciate that you have your differences. But we're kind of in a really public, really high-class place here. So could you take this fight somewhere else? Shut up, Joshua! The one thing they agree on. Wow. Sorry. That's hilarious. Darn right I can. You're on. Just don't cry when you realize you can't actually beat me, though. Alright, some sort of competition. Is it an eating competition? Okay then, have it your way. How about you and me settle this with an honorable duel? Think you can handle it? Good luck. Have fun. It was an honor to be able to put my skills to the test making tonight's many dishes. I do hope they will be to your satisfaction. Please, have your fill. It's good to see you again, Elnan. I heard you're here as the Bracer Guild's representative today. Is that true? Indeed. All the other receptionists are busy, you see. I was the only one able to attend. That's too bad. Isn't it, though? This would have been a fine time for us to exchange information. But, oh well. There's always tomorrow, as they say. Holding a party like this makes it feel like peace has finally returned to the castle. It certainly hasn't felt like that in the days leading up to it. We were all busy clearing things up until a few days ago. The receptionists of all the other branches were too busy to come today, I'm afraid. It would have been nice to get together with them at some point and exchange info. But I suppose they will just have to wait for another time. Info on the society, maybe? Well, if you ask me... There's some red earrings and a little ribbon on Josette, then top it off with a nice white dress. Same goes for Estelle if she let her hair down. What do you think, Joshua? What are you asking me for? Seriously, they'd both look amazing in dresses if they took my advice. Maybe they'll let me test my theory if I ask them nicely. Good luck with that, have fun. Greetings, Joshua. You've done some fine work these past couple of weeks. The damage reports on the regions of Liberl you've been providing here proved invaluable in allocating personnel. I really can't thank you enough. Oh, you needn't thank me. By the way, Kurt, I feel like I need to say something regarding my Bracer badge. As you probably already know, what power I have was given to me by the Society. Before becoming a Bracer, I used it to commit many unforgivable crimes, too. No matter how much I think about it, I just can't see how someone like me is fit to call himself a Bracer. You know, Joshua, I've always seen power as an imperfect concept. And that's why I believe people are able to use it. Am I wrong? No, I suppose not. Then what difference is there between us? We are both keenly aware of our flaws, and yet we both use what limited power we have to do what we believe to be right. I see no difference. Well, I can't really argue with that logic. I still can't pretend to be completely confident in myself, though. Be that as it may, that's nothing to be ashamed of. You should simply continue striving to overcome it. And while this is but my personal opinion, I'd say you're a model Bracer. Aww. Still, I'm feeling keenly these days just how much I need to improve myself. I'd love to go on some kind of extensive training program, but this hardly seems the time for that. Perhaps I'll bring up the matter with Elnan once things have calmed down a little. Good luck, have fun.